do think a little bit less of is this this second Doctor set, Conspiracy of Raven. So this has been a fantastic range thus far. This is actually the fourth release in it so far. Here, let me see if I can doink. Got another one coming out next year. This is coming out this week, I think. I am looking forward to it. By the way, there's a director's cut of Rebel Moon coming out, which I thought that was strange. Anyway, let's see the releases he's been in. Oh, he was in it. If you blink and you miss it, that's the second one. Where is this? Yeah. In Once and Future, it was literally a blink and you miss it. So, okay. You first saw this Doctor. Was it? Who was it? Named Troughton. David Troughton? Hang on. The Doctor. By the way, do you notice they say the Doctor, not the 15th Doctor? Michael Troughton, right? You first saw him in this third Doctor set, and it was really, really good. He just shows up. He's with an older Jamie. And this is such a great season 7 plotline, right? But you first show that, and you're like, oh, that's really interesting. And he's got this lovely take on the second Doctor, which is very much colored by his knowledge and his relationship with his father, right? It's very much defined by that. And I think it's all the better for it. And it's not an impression, it's a performance. And I think it's a quite a good performance. All right. So this is the first box set. It sets up the series, and he's woken up after he thought he was about to regenerate. And he's got a handler called. Oh no! He wakes up and he's on the ruins of Skaro, right after not Death of the Daleks, the evil of the Daleks, right? And you get to the interesting thing about how he's very haunted about committing genocide against the Daleks, which I think was an interesting take, right? But he's like very, and he's trying to work out why he's on Skaro, what's going on. That last thing he knew, he was being false regenerated to start his exile on Earth. So he ends up with meeting his handler, who's this woman called Raven, really good actress. Oh man, she is freaking excellent. Because I listened to her in the making of bits. And she sounds nothing like her character, Emma Noakes, right? She's like this nice-sounding northern person, I think. Okay, and the character she plays is a sort of Servalan-esque Machiavellian master, right? And so she's very, very, very good at that. So that's the first one that they did. The second one was even better, and they had her meet up with Jamie, and right now he's essentially a CIA agent, and this was a really good pairing, right? And something I like about these box sets is that the titles of them are unique to this box set, right? I hate the ones where they're generic, like Into the Darkness, like time and time again. No, this is about James Robert McCrimmon, written by who wrote the stories in this? So they did. It's two. It's three two-part stories. You very much feel Nick Briggs is, I would say, very professional and calm hand. Steadying this boat, and I love that you have this second Doctor meeting up with an older Jamie, and they address all the different alternative histories of Jamie, right? That he was Mad Jamie, or was Laird of the Manor, and you so they get to that quite in a quite a clever way, right? So again, these two box sets, I would say, absolutely excellent, right? So I was very excited for this one. No, sadly, it's not in the same ballpark. It's not bad, but it's much more scattered and diffused. So the first problem they have with this is that the first story, the two-part, what's the first story? Continues on directly from the last story on the last box set, which was a year ago. Are you kidding me? I don't remember who was who and what was what. I mean, could we have like a previously on Doctor Who or something like that? No, nothing like that whatsoever. So I was confused and floundering. They're on this space station, and his handler, this woman called Raven, isn't as in control as they initially appeared to be. What really let this down was the villain of the monster of the piece was the name of the evil attacking monsters, which were called Kippers. And it just didn't work, right? It just at no point worked. It just, I mean, the threat was good, but every time you call them Kippers, it makes them seem silly, right? It just genuinely didn't work. And they're on this like abandoned Time Lord station, and there's been devastated by these Kippers, and you got to try. And again, you got to remember who the characters were from how that last box set ended, and I didn't, right? Frankly, I didn't. Yeah. So let me read the blurb. Jamie has gone missing. Okay, but the performances, I say, were generally speaking excellent, and this one they bring in Zoe, right? But still, it's just very diffuse. So again, and calling the villains Kippers just doesn't work, right? Just in any way, shape, or form. Just doesn't work. Hang on a second. Let me just send a message. Okay, so there's that's the first problem. The direction's okay. Again, I wasn't able to latch onto that story. So then the second story, they bring in Zoe, and it's an older Zoe, and you get that Tales of the TARDIS kind of vibe going with it. And the whole thing is they're trying to find Jamie. Jamie's separated from the second Doctor, which was a huge mistake because Michael Troughton and Fraser Hines really have great rapport and they bounce off each other. I would say very, very well. Very well. Not as well as a young Nicola Bryant and the Sydney Sweeney would bounce off each other. That would be some of the best bouncing off each other I think we could ever see, right? So then Catastrophe Theory, let's see what the vibe is, what their blurb is. Oh, let me read the blurb from the bits above. Jamie has gone missing, and Zoe apparently returns after a lifetime of being away from the TARDIS. Does even the sinister Time Lord Raven realize the terrifying extent of the conspiracy that she's embroiled in which she's embroiled? No, is the answer to that question. The Doctor and his friends must fight to uncover the truth, but they don't really. It's just like they're wandering around not knowing what's going on, and that's how I felt I was with most of this as well. The Doctor and Jamie have attempted to break free from performing covert missions on the Time Lords. Agent Raven. See, that would be nice if I read that. That's how the last one finished. But things haven't gone according to plan. Jamie has vanished. Raven finds herself in a familiar yet strangely disturbing location, and while half-glimpsed, unnerving, perceives something fluttering, buzzing, tugging at their very souls. That's these Kippers, right? Catastrophe Theory. When the Doctor comes face to face with Zoe, can he be sure that his old can he be sure it's his old friend? Well, yes, I don't see why not. Jamie is somewhere in the cosmos, and the Doctor must find him. Yeah, they're trying to slowly come together from a pleasure cruiser on course for a destination to an alien world invaded by savage warriors. The Doctor faces catastrophe at every turn. But what has become of Raven? So you get you start to find out what this conspiracy is all about now, and the vanishing point is where they go to a different reality. They go different reality, find this like ancient species to try and find out what's going on. So following the threads of the conspiracy twisting throughout time and space, the Doctor and companions head to the vanishing point, a mythical place said to exist somewhere between science and magic, but it is a journey from which they may never return. I don't know. I guess they are returning because they're making another one. It ends on a huge cliffhanger, and you're going, well, I don't know, what's up with that, right? But again, This is a very, I would say, a clunky, right? I would say a reasonably clunky release. For me, I would buy it because I'm invested in this series, and I think Michael Troughton's take on the Second Doctor is great. Like he's all these great Troughtons, like all my giddy gobstoppers and things like that. Works very well with Wendy Padbury and Fraser Hines. Just it's no. I mean, again, listening to this at the same time as listening to the goth opera. On back to back with goth opera. Goth opera just blows everything else out the water. It's so good, right? But this is definitely the weakest of the Michael Troughton Second Doctor's stories thus far. If you want to be involved in this range, you've got to buy it though, because it's a linking story. It ends on this massive cliffhanger. But you know, I would say, if you're interested in checking out this range, get the first one. Get the first box set. And I would say the first box set really is worth the $25. But sadly, yeah, no. Although, this month we actually have quite a few good things out. I got the first part of Operation Werewolf. I got to listen to it. Because I'm not sure I'm buying it. I haven't got it down to buy right now. And Death World, that's the other one. Yeah, there's too many good things coming out this month, right? My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.